Hey, welcome back to the Indy Airstrip Attack. Of course, this is day 3, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, E85 and Unleaded 88. I'm Jimmy Shaberg. I've got Brooke Barini out doing interviews. This is day 3 of the half-mile airport racing live from Marion, Indiana. We've got another sold-out event, multiple 2,000-plus horsepower cars. We just yesterday saw the overall world record, Mark Rau, AZ Cycle Parts, in his underground racing Lambo, 260.7 miles an hour. Looks like you're looking at a bike there right on the starting line. Not a lot of aerodynamic advantage on that thing. That looks like Conrad in the ZX-10R. Going up against Michael Penny in the Busa on the other side there. Not sure what he's tucking behind. But hey, he's on an 07 Cowie having a great time. Busa right next to him there, mile an hour. Both of these guys coming up, 156.2, and didn't even have anything to tuck behind, so good job there. Michael Penny in the Busa right next to him, looking for that mile an hour to pop up here on my screen. It was a 143 for Michael in the Busa. I got Mark Colglazer in the F-150. 142 best so far. He's been punishing all these, or not all of them, but a bunch of these Corvettes. He's going to have a hard time punishing that FD. Look at that thing shoot fire right out the tailpipe. That thing is bad fast. Kelly's been going faster. Last pass was 194.7. LS swapped FD RX-7. I'm imagining it's turbo, could be supercharged, don't know. Mark Colglazer with a 141.6. Kelly with a 194.22. That's 4 passes over 190 so far. Andrew Wydell coming up in the Corvette, been a best of 162.5. Tim, 650 horse, no mile an hour yet, but we're about ready to get one. Side by side right now, Andrew and Tim, Camaro and Corvette. Camaro advantage right there, it looks like. Vet just about got him at the flags. Mile an hour, 150 for Tim. Andrew, 161.4. I got Matt in that Land Rover Sport. Been a best of 130 up against Rami Swan. Both these Indiana Corn Marketing Council, and of course, First Farmer Bank and Trust. A lot of horsepower out here between First Bank and Trust, or Farmers First Bank and Trust, and Indiana Corn Marketing Council, representing E85 and Unleaded 88. Rami Swan on that Plaid, been a best of 175.3. Matt in the big SUV getting it done. 172 that time around for the Tesla. Gregory Cross, WRX STI. There it is right there. Different color trunk. I think it might be giving him an advantage. Been 139.5. Right over here, it looks like we got the CT4 V Blackwing of Seth. He's been a 131.6. So right now, advantage WRX STI. Little popping fresh between gears. Looks like he's maintaining the lead, but it's about ready to expire. Just like bad milk, he's going around. Great shot right there from our finish line. Mile an hour coming up both these. $133.5 for the WRX, 130.4 for the CT4. Kim ML and that GT350 coming up against Scott Rogers in that beautiful C8 Z06. Love the wheels on the GT350. Now Kim's been 155 to Scott Rogers 154. Launch control on the Z06 working well. Let's see if that translates into a higher horsepower. I'm sorry, higher mile an hour for the horsepower. Mile an hour coming up. $154 for Kim in the Mustang. $147.9 Scott Z06. Up next, Josh Gamel in that Hellcat. Been at 163.7, 1,200 horse. That looks like a Mustang to me, so I believe that he's got 2 cars registered. This is the other one. That's obviously a Mustang. Barry Malone in the C6 Z06. It's got the tape on the front. Looking for all that mile an hour advantage. Barry's been at 164.9, looking for that 165er. Not sure what's up with the Mustang, but to me it sounds like clutch slippage, but could be wrong. That's the non-Hellcat Mustang. Barry Malone, there it is, 165.56. He'll be happy with that. 161.6 for Josh in that Mustang. Next to him, Josh Cage now in the X5. Sealos in the Corvette coming up. Been a best of 134. Josh been a best of 124. See the pre-grid. Everybody out there just ready to go. Love the drone footage. Thanks to revolution.com for all of that. Little side-by-side, BMW holding its own, Corvette trying to close that gap. Mile an hour coming up. Corvette 130.8, Josh X5 125.2. Chad Buchanan up against Michael Wilson right there. Michael Wilson, the SQ5, been a 122 to Chad Buchanan's Rover 134.4. Multiple Range Rovers showing up at a half-mile event. Love that. Waiting for that mile an hour. 133.7 Chad Rover, 122.8 Audi SQ5 Jeremy Williamson, and that Harley Davidson Road Glide ripped off a 169. Yeah, I said what I said. Gustav in the BMW has been at 133, so that means look at that, just right around Evel Knievel like. I don't think he's going to jump though, or at least let's hope not. Jeremy on the boil on that thing, 350 marked horsepower. Like I said, already been at best at 169 and change. Mile an hour coming up. Another great looking bike there. Couple great looking bikes. Just waiting for the mile an hour to pop on my screen. I'm always the last to know because I'm all the way over here. 168.6 Jeremy Harley. 132.2 for the BMW M340i. Got Max Emilian Seckler. The Kawasaki ZX-10R been at best at 168. Don't have info yet on the red bike. That's Kent Seckler. They probably know each other. 169.2 for Maximilian, 145.2 for Kent. Josh Barkley, M8 comp, been a best of 148.2. Great looking car there. Sneaking up next to him, it appears though it's another Mustang. Zach Elliott to be exact, 460 horse, been a 143.04 so far. Mile an hour coming up for these two. First Farmers Bank and Trust right there. I was talking about that earlier in the Ferrari. They have two Ferraris. This is the other one. And this one's First Farmers Bank and Trust on they're here racing on their behalf. Fantastic. Can't say enough about the relationship we've been able to form with First Farmers Bank and Trust and Indiana Corn Marketing Council. It's been a great working relationship. Good to see that. That is JP Gonzalez in that Ferrari F8 Spider. 161.1 best so far. Julian Bassler's Nismo GTR been at 148.9er. JP that time got out of it 127.0. Julian 147.5. Got that fancy neon back. That's on the other side there. Christopher Engel been at 163.1. Yeah, I said what I said. Rob Clark, he's been at 147.9 in that Camaro. Fancy neon's gonna probably go faster than the Camaro. How many times in your life can you say that? 163 best to a 147.9 best. There goes the neon around the outside. Big mile an hour coming up for Christopher. Christopher with 154.7. Rob waiting for that mile an hour to pop up. Don't see it just yet. With a 146.1. So yeah, advantage fancy neon. John Furby, M4, been at 152 best. Nikolai Charger Hellcat, 149.2 best. After this race, sounds like Brooke Barini's got a great interview coming up. Not going to want to miss that. These two are side by side. BMW going around the American muscle like it's not even there. Miles an hour. Furby with a 152 and the BMW Nikolai 144.9.
Siccio of Siccio Performance, how are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Last day.
Awesome, and you brought some really fast cars. Can you tell me about these two cars behind me?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. We got the this Lamborghini Evo. We just finished and delivered to the customer here. We actually met him here last year. He bought a car and sent it to us. That's our C2000 package, makes about 2,000. I think it just went 220, which is cool. This car right here, we're shaking down for a client that's not here, getting it ready for Florida 2K down in Florida, right next to our new Florida store. This is actually a billet block 80 millimeter car that we have on low boost right now, just shaking it down because we want him to drive the car in Florida.
You say low boost and you just made a 227 mile per hour pass?
Yeah, that was 30 pounds of boost and we ran on the dyno at 45.
Wow, I mean, that's ridiculously fast. I'd venture to say probably one of the fastest R8s on the property right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really watched everybody. There's some Lamborghinis, obviously, that are really fast out here. I'm not sure about the R8s. And then we have another R8 that just left. That guy gave rides all day yesterday. He went 226 like 3 or 4 times, went 228 a few times. He had a blast. He actually had to go on vacation with his family, so he left early. And then another customer over here with a stock motor Lamborghini that's gone 207 about 20 times.
You got some fast V10s out at this event.
Yeah, the V10s are really good. They're suited really well for this actual event. You know, where the GTRs are a little bit more blocky, you know, it's a little harder to push them through the wind. So the V10s really work great. And we've been doing a lot of those cars, so they take modifications really well.
That's awesome. And so you have a couple locations now. Can you tell us where you are?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just outside of Atlanta in Alpharetta. That was our main store. We also started a machine shop there, which I'm very proud of, Siccio Powertrain. So we build all of our own engines in-house. Then Virginia Beach, Virginia, and then we just opened, well, it's been open for a year now, our store in Clearwater, Florida, which already has now become our biggest store in a year. And we've been in Georgia for 17 years. So that's pretty cool. We're really excited about it. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. Now, how can customers reach out to you? What's the best way to get in touch with Siccio Performance?
Oh, well, I mean, Instagram is fine. Email us, sales@Siccio Performance. Give us a call. We love chatting with you. Talk to one of the sales guys. There's sales guys at each location. So, but yeah, we're out here having fun. Hope to come back out next year and go even faster.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nathan. I appreciate it. Good luck out there.
Always good
We'll
seeing
talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right, great job, Brooke. Nathan Siccio always bringing high horsepower cars and all kinds of fun. As always, good to see Siccio out here and some of his customer cars. Appreciate the interview, Brooke. Got back here, just saw Keith Reynolds in the Z06 with a 145.8. That's a new C8 Z06. Brian Fuller, it was a Z06 runoff, one 150.5, the other 145.8. So I got him. I believe we've got a plane that's either going to land or take off. I'm not sure which. I hear a plane. There it is. It's over on my other side over here. Of course, you at home wouldn't know where that other side is, but I'm more towards the finish line. Call it 3/4 of the way down the half mile. There it is. Had a lot of planes land here, as Jason, owner of Chef Sector, said and mentioned. There was, I don't know, approximately 6, maybe 7 customers that were able to fly in or pilot their own plane or whatnot. We had a huge jet that came in earlier. It was pretty cool. So, and that was a customer for sure. And so that's been kind of neat. I've been watching that on and off all day. Don't forget, we are on an active airstrip out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana, which means we are their guests. It's not the other way around. So obviously have no problems stopping racing to let, you know, an airplane do airplane things. I do know that the underground racing jet, you'll look for it, the tail number, it's all black. It's beautiful. It's all black. 777 is the tail number. Now that I just gave that up, we'll take a look for that to take off. I know that earlier, so Casey Howarth is going to pilot that plane, the support jet, and then Kevin Howarth took off in his plane earlier, and so the goal would be they're racing on the way home. So Kevin has a little bit of a slower plane, and so he got a little advantage, so I'm waiting to see how that's going to play out. I don't have any bets because I don't want to lose any money, but yeah, they're so competitive. They're going to race the jets and the airplanes home, so I'm pretty excited about that. Got Brandon Swan right there in the GTR. Brandon Swan, of course, and Peter in the Model S Plaid. Whole Swan family, First Farmer Bank and Trust, running that sippy awesome E85 from the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. What do we got here? It's amazing. We got another Brooke Barini interview coming up. Look at this old truck. I love it. Square body. Holly LS Fest. I think I see it right there. It's got Steelies in the front and little SWB OG. I don't know if that's rust or a roll cage. I see it through the window. I can't tell. Maybe it's stickers. That's Shane Temple. It's called Loretta. It's going up against Todd Zeppelin, not to be confused with Led Zeppelin. But Square Body's holding its own. I love that he's got 350 horsepower claimed. I think we all know he is Sandbag Sally, and that mile an hour was way bigger. 133.8, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's more than 350. 145.6 for Todd Zeppelin in the Mustang. Got a great interview. Let's hand it over to Brooke.
All right, we're over here in the AIM Performance pits. They're out of New Jersey. And who do we have here with us?
My name is Todd Nall.
Todd, nice to meet you. I've been watching this car all weekend long, and I think it was Friday. You had a little mishap. That was the cleanest save I've ever seen. Can you tell us about that?
Well, we decided to add a little bit more spice on that third run than the rear tires could handle. So we went spinning, and then backwards, and then forwards again.
And did you have any casualties along the way?
Well, I lost a gas cap flap.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you see that over here? This gas cap is missing. So, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you're still in the race. So, can you tell me what your goals are?
Perlman's coming
Well,
up.
we're in the. Hopefully, I'm in the finals against the Corvette, which makes like 2,000 horsepower. So anything faster than 203 qualified with. So I'm hoping for 205, 206, maybe in this final.
All right, thanks so much, Brooke.
Rooting you.
Dave Perlman's Huracan 2,500 horse on deck, on the track right now. Been a 251.2. Wow, that was a ripper. What is that mile an hour? Love the interview there with Todd Nall. Waiting for this mile an hour to pop up. 243.9 that time around. It looked fast. Still 243 is obviously fast, gentlemen. Great job, Horsepower Lounge. Love Perlman, big fan. Comes out, does big things. I don't know who's driving the car. He might be, he may not be, I'm not sure. But Horsepower Lounge in the house for sure. Tracy Clark, Briar Madden, Hellcat. Tracy in the Camaro ZL1. You see him right there. Not sure what I'm waiting for. Unsure what I'm waiting for. Don't see any delay. Looks like we might have another plane coming in or going out. I'm unsure which. All right, we're back. Briar Madden, another fast pass. Been at 192.9, pulled the chute. Tracy Clark next to him, the ZL1, been at 151.9 best. Let's see what that mile an hour looks like. And that plumb crazy Hellcat. You'd have to be plumb crazy to drive it. Mopar that fast, that's pretty amazing. Still looking for the mile an hour to pop up. 190.19 Briar in the Hellcat. Tracy 149.1 on the launch pad. I got Daniel in the Hellcat 159.6. Best so far. Got the old Boo out. He was on a ripper the last go around. There goes Perlman. Last pass, Mike Morris in that Malibu 156.5. Daniel with a 155.1. Of course, Scott Rogers Z06. Matt in the Range Rover Sport. Matt's been at 130.6 to a 154 for Scott in the Z06. Scott with a 146.6, Matt 129.8. Now I got Doug Seitz in that 164 mile an hour Corvette. Justin M3 been at 145.7, best so far. All right, copy that. Look at that. We got Josh Spence back on the launch pad. That beautiful CTSV wagon. Been a 197.98, looking for 200 anything, going up against that FD. This could be a really close race. I love the drone footage. That's anybody's game right now. Sounds like Josh got out of it right at the very end there. FD all the way in. Mile an hour, both of them coming up.
All right, I'm over here with Julian. Julian, you brought a bunch of fun, fast cars and drivers.
Yeah, we brought like about 2,000 horsepower worth of cars and had 25 drivers out yesterday and 10 on Friday and 10 today. So
That's awesome. And you know, what is your name again? I want to make sure that everyone heard. We started a little bit delayed.
it's Julian Bassler.
Well, Julian, it's nice to meet you, and I'm sure everyone had fun this weekend. Can you tell me maybe some of the highlights of your weekend here?
Our highlight is always getting vets inside the cars and getting kids to sit in it, take pictures. We do ride-alongs. We got some really cool cars, and I think people appreciate it.
You know, you even put 3 of my friends that I brought in your car, so I want to thank you personally for that one. You've just been awesome out here. It's been amazing meeting you, and I hope you had a great time.
Yeah, we had a good time. Our feeling is we've been blessed. So we want to
All
bless
right,
other
thanks,
people.
Brooke. Great interview,
And then,
as always.
We want to introduce people to the sport. So if you're ever out here, come find us. We got waters, we got drinks, we got stickers. Come hang out with us.
Julian, you are too kind. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview with us. All right.
Very nice to meet
Thanks
you
so
as well.
much.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Once again, thanks, Brooke, for that great interview. Julian, of course, one of my faves. I'm a fan for sure. Just watched JP Gonzalez in that Ferrari. Of course, that's First Farmer Bank and Trust, 160.6 Ripper there. On track right now, Will Martinson in that Stingray, been at 141.5. Spencer King, Z06, been at 159.6. Spencer's catching up pretty quick. $157.4 Spencer, 142.00 for the LT3 C8 Stingray. Tim Garrett coming up to Z06. See it right there. Another Indiana Corn Marketing Council unleaded 88 E85 car. Dustin Spurlock in the Model X Plaid. Been a best of 155.7. Smell that corn fuel every time they go by. Love it. 155.6 for Tim. Sean Trimarco and Jace Newman Hayabusa. Now, oddly enough, the Fox body's been faster, but look at the body work on that thing. Looks very Tron-y. I love it. That's Jace Newman Hayabusa, Michael Penny Hayabusa. They might have had a wrong or incorrect registration number in there, but not now. They got it figured out. Jace with a 170 in the Busa, Michael with a 147.7. Now I got a BMW, that's for sure. Can't mistake that grill. Looks like an old Edsel. John Furby, M4, been a best 152.3. Julian GTR Nismo, been at 148.9. Not very many made in that color on the Nismo edition. Or as I like to say, the fancy Datsun. Right now, the Horseshoe Grill M4 148.2 to Julian's Well, I don't have his mile an hour just yet. See another bike coming up, though. That's pretty cool. Love the matching leathers. It's Joe Miller up against Timothy Logue in the Mustang. Ben Stoner coming up. Ben in that car, Ben a 165.7. Julian Bassler in that one's been a 154.4. Ben Stoner, of course, Fat House Performance in the house. They had the overall Mustang half-mile record. Jessica took that today with a 211. I don't know what that said there. I'd have to get them to re-zoom in there. I missed it. Nothing to hide from behind that. There's no fairing or anything. Let's see what that says. I'm going to try to read it. It says Conrad something. I can't read it from my vantage point. Good job with our camera crew, though. Somebody can read it. I'm sure they'll put it in the live stream chat for me. Conrad something. Cluin, maybe. I'm probably butchering that bad, but I'm trying. I just have a little tiny itty-bitty screen I'm looking at, so like the size of a phone, if you will. That's Conrad Cluin. That's the name on the front. I just got that. Conrad, there you go. He's lined up against Andrew Wydell, the Corvette. Only about 3 miles an hour separates these two. Conrad with a 156.2, Andrew Wydell. Don't have that mile an hour yet. I believe I see a blue fast car coming up. That's right. That is your current Mustang world record holder. Jessica Hassing, been a 211.2. Sounds like she was bouncing off that rev limiter, though. And I see a little smoke from what I can tell. Hopefully everything's okay. That smoke's turning into a little more smoke. We'll get that looked at, make sure everything's good in the hood. I know she's got a fire system and all the goodies in that car, so worst case scenario, we're fine. I'd probably say we should make sure she's off the track before we launch another car or two. There we go. Maybe Brooks got another interview, I'm not sure. I'll get this looked out. Be back momentarily.
All right, we're doing a behind the scenes interview over here. Gentlemen, you have been very successful this weekend. Can you tell me a little bit about AZ Cycle Parts?
AZ Cycle Parts, obviously we're a parts dismantler, started with motorcycles, and we've gotten into cars and all the way up to Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens.
That's amazing. So you started with motorcycles?
With motorcycles. Mark started it back in '08 with just like sport bikes, Gixxers and stuff like that. So
that is awesome. Shadow, how do you feel about that? All right, Mark, tell us some more. Tell us some more about AZ Cycle Parts. Tell us more about the Lamborghini beating the record. I mean, let's hear it.
All right.
Once you're done.
Yeah, sorry, I was eating. I haven't eaten all day. AZ Cycle Parts is your parts supply house. So hit us up, find us on Instagram at AZ Cycle Parts. We have our eBay store. We have 25,000 parts in inventory ready to ship out the door for you at any time. Muscle cars, you know, we're starting doing Harleys again, so going back to our roots. Exotics, you know, you name it, we do it if it's an enthusiast-based product. And as far as racing, let's talk about that, because that's the big deal. So 260.72 still doesn't feel real. It's been a chase for 3 years, and it feels incredible. So, but the best part, so we were going to run the car again, but we decided, let's save it for Abilene, that's coming up, and we're going to try and go faster. So
there's more in it.
There's a little bit more in it. So we're going to see if we can get a 5 after that 6.
A 5 after that 6. So that is, I mean, that's a big statement, adding 5 miles per hour on.
Yeah, well, I like to dream big. So I told Kevin and Casey at Underground that, you know, I don't know if it's possible. They don't know if it's possible, but that's my new goal, is 265.
That's incredible, Mark. So when you set the record, did you know when you came through the traps that you had gone that fast? Or, like, tell me how you were feeling in the moment.
It's all a blur, honestly. Like, at that speed, like, it all happens so fast. I've instructed, so, like, Underground Racing, they have their own safety crew that, you know, follows us. So they are at the big end of the track, and I've always told them, hey, if we get a number that we, you know, is something big, you know, last year we went 258 here, I'm not going to know in the car. So, like, you got to, like, signal me or something. And so when I turned off, they were sitting there, and I was looking at them, like, because I knew it was a fast pass, but I didn't know it was that. And I just said, hey, they're not doing anything. I'm like, well, I guess we're going again. And so then I turn, and then all of a sudden I seen them race up next to me, and that's when I knew, and they're hanging out the window, you did it, you did it, you did it. And so, yeah, that was like the moment. It's like, ta-da! It happened.
That is incredible. I'm so happy to see it. I'm glad that I was here to see it in person. I'm really glad. Thank you so much for inviting me. For those who don't know, Mark was the one who invited me to come to Shift Sector Air Attack Indy back when we were at Texas 2K in March. So thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. I've had a blast. I owe it all to you. Again, AZ Cycle Parts, the women's class. Let's absolutely talk about the women's class. All right, tell me about the women's class.
So I'm a big proponent in trying to further not just, you know, Shift Sector, but like women's racing. I think it's something that the industry is very lacking in, the sport. They don't recognize females in the way I feel that should be represented. So, you know, we're trying to make that happen by adding, you know, I approached Jason and said, hey, you know, what do you think about doing a women's class in half mile? You know, let's try it at Indy, and we're going to do it again in Abilene, which you're going to help with. And, you know, it helps people feel like, hey, like, I can be a part of this too. It's not like an intimidating thing. you can speak a little bit to it. I mean, in the drag racing, you know, there's not a lot of female racers, and it's not that they're not capable. It's just, I think a lot of it is just, it's an intimidating. I mean, we're all, you know, super competitive people, and, you know, there's, especially in drag racing, there's a lot of, you know, egos, and for a lady, especially a newcomer, you know, it's really hard to, like, approach that. So we're trying to bridge that gap to where we can make them feel comfortable. It doesn't matter if you come in here and run 100 miles an hour or you go 220 miles an hour. Like, we just want you here. We want you around. We want you in the sport, and it helps everything. So AZ Cycle Parts, me and Fred, we're trying to do whatever we can. We're putting our dollars, you know, to what we're saying and trying to make it happen, and we're going to keep it going, you know, for years to come now. So the women's class will be exclusively AZ Cycle Parts class.
That's awesome, Mark. You know, the way that you're providing a place for women to feel comfortable to ask those questions about cars, to learn, it's just admirable. So thank you so much for what you do for women.
And thank you for accepting that you're going to assist us in this.
I'm all in. I believe in the cause. I'm really happy to be here. I fell in love with the team over the weekend. So thank you all. Thank you, listeners. Thank you. Anything else, Mark?
What was that about?
All right, thank you, Brooke. Great interview. AZ Cycle Parts definitely brought it. Mark Rau. Yeah, absolutely. Very casual interview. He's definitely earned it. It's been an amazing weekend for him and for Fred as well for AZ Cycle Parts and Underground Racing. So thank you, Brooke. Really appreciate that interview. We're back here on the airstrip. Got Colton. Well, I'm not sure what I got. Let me actually check here. There we go. It looks like I might have on the other side Mark Colglazer in that F-150 going up against... Nope, they changed it on me again. Oh, Mark almost got a shout out. He still got one, but he's not out there. Dustin in the Tesla, Peter in the Tesla. It's got all kinds of craziness happening on my screen, so I apologize. It just blipped and all kinds of fun stuff happened. There's our fancy neon right there to all those who have been asking. To those who have been asking, it has went 163 miles an hour in a fancy neon and makes 500 horse. Rob Clark in the Camaro has been a 147.9 in the Camaro. Slowest car of the day award. I like it. I think we should probably do something like that. Of course, it might take somebody a half an hour to go down the airstrip because you know that'd get competitive too, but it's a great idea. I could probably win that. I don't have anything that's fast. Right now, Miles Kerr is at home laughing at me because he knows it's true. That's always been a good joke. Sad for me, but true. JP Gonzalez in that beautiful Ferrari F8 Spider, of course. First Farmer Bank and Trust. See it right there on the side. Jordan Sloan, BMW M3. Next to him. Mile an hour coming up for them. Looks like I got a Nissan 350Z. Jonathan Stahl. No horsepower, no mile an hour yet. It's Dustin Faulkner in the Hayabusa. Been a 184 best so far for the bike. The 370Z, I apologize, is going through the traps right now. Well, look at this. We got Patrick Kennedy up on deck, I believe. My screen is so far behind. I apologize. I can see on the live stream before it actually pops up on my screen. So not sure up and why, but that's where it's at. 370Z, I don't have a mile an hour, and here's Patrick Kennedy. So English Racing in the house. Patrick Kennedy, Redzilla, going large, looking for a 231 anything. Saw a few things going on there. Not sure. We'll probably get that looked at for the control tower. Probably take a peek. I'm not on the radio. Did you catch that? It looked like I saw flames. This is Jimmy. Did you catch that? He's off the track. All right, I'm back. That's Daniel in the Hellcat, Patrick Parker in the S2000. Neither one of these two guys, I have to remind, but this is a nice public reminder. There is no speed limit actually out there on the airstrip. Maybe when the 370Z guy comes by, I didn't get the mile an hour on it, but we can remind him the gas pedal's that one that's all the way over to the right, not the one that makes the car slow down. I'm just having fun. It's Brian Priest, Sarah Bolin on the other side in the Mustang. Brian Priest on another hot pass. Looking for that mile an hour, waiting for it. It's got to come up. It looked good. 192.4 for Brian, 149.0 for Sarah. John Moore and Zach Moore. All right. Sounds like the underground racing, the jet we were talking about earlier, the support jet, it's getting ready to take off. I think it just got fired up, so definitely want to put eyes on that. That is the support jet. So kind of waiting for a couple things to unfold here as I go. Once again, big shout out to the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, E85 and Unleaded 88. Appreciate all their support. Got Buchanan out there in the Rover, Julian in the Perf. Let the cars go here. I'm going to say goodbye to some really good friends really quick. So here you go. You got the, hopefully you can see it. Yep, you can see it right there on the live stream. That is the Underground Racing support jet for their customers and whatnot. And of course, I believe that is Casey Howarth, now the second fastest man in the half mile, piloting that jet, which again is their Underground Racing support jet. Don't get any better than that. I love the tail number 777. That's always been my lucky and or favorite number. So I believe they're going to come over and pick up either pick up some customers or maybe they're already in there. I don't know. That is one nice looking jet though, huh? I mean, what else would you fly around in when you build the world's fastest Lamborghinis, right? And how great is that for their customer base, that they can get parts if needed, or customers moved around at a moment's notice. Pretty cool deal. Just wanted to chime in and show everybody that. Thought it was kind of neat. By the way, Kelly in that FDRX7 just went a 195.4, which is a new best. And then Glenn Griffiths 160.43 in that Mustang. So we got to wait here for this jet, the Underground Racing support jet, to actually fly out of here. So hopefully we'll be able to catch that up on the camera, and then I'll be right back to it. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Always have some awesome racers before they leave. A lot of them will come by and say goodbye. And of course, Mick and the red Camaro. Always good to catch up with them and the family. So appreciate them being out here as always. And Brooke Barini and some of the friends took off. So looks like we're back to some Royale. We never really left other than the UGR jet, support jet taking off. Screen back up so I can see it. That's Josh here in this Mustang, and of course Julian's STO. That STO, I believe, only has, I don't know, 400 miles or less on it. Like, I'm not joking. 148.4, so he's breaking it in the right way. Josh in that Mustang, 164.7. We got the fancy neon. Christopher Engel, been a 163.1 best. Alicia Lynch in that C8 next to that beautiful car. She's been at 141.3. Peter in the Model S Plaid, Chad Buchanan in that beautiful Rover. Breaking that thing in the right way too. 515 horse, been at 160 in the Rover. Peter with a 174 in the Tesla. Sounds like Casey Howarth is going to do a underground racing support jet flyby at some point here, so get ready for that. I don't see him up there yet, but I know it's coming. Oh, here he comes. I don't know if we got that on, we get the camera out, but he's going to do a flyby right by the airstrip, so he'll probably text me and tell me how fast he's going right here. If I was to care to guess, I'd say not quite as fast as Mark Rau's 260. So there you go. Might be able to see it here in a second on your live stream. These guys have all the fun, I'm telling you. Nicest guys you'll ever meet. Woo! Camaro got a little squirrely there. That's Tim in the Camaro, 650 horse, been a 150.00. Camaro with a 146.3. Kent Seckler, Maximilian Seckler. Two great looking bikes right there. Mile an hour, Maximilian 135.4. Must have got out of it there. Kent with a 147.4. Rob Clark Camaro, Kim in the Mustang GT350. Boy, that came out wrong, didn't it? I mean, give me a little break. It is day 3. Lots of talk, not a lot of walk. I've been planted here. I'm growing roots. Mile an hour coming up for them. Kim with a 154 in the GT350. Got Scott Rogers, Z06, 5th gen, Jen Harper coming back for some more. Been a best of 156.3. Gotta love that. C8 Z06 Scott Rogers there. Jennifer Harper, 5th gen Camaro. Mile an hour coming up. $152 for Jen Scott with a 145.0. Got that Jonathan Stahl and that 370Z coming back. Maybe we'll get a mile an hour on him at this point. I don't have one. There is no speed limit on an airstrip. That's what I'm told. None. Ryan Scholler in the Camaro SS next to Jonathan in the 370Z, or was, because now the Camaro is going to tow the 370 to the end. 1 bus length, 2 bus length, 3 bus lengths more. That was my outside voice. I was trying to count in my head how many bus lengths the Camaro just gapped the Nissan. It looked like it was about 7. So that's the answer that you're looking for, 7. But we got a mile an hour It's actually over the speed limit, at least in the United States, 124.3. So great job, Jonathan, there. Ryan Scholler, the Camaro, 138.6. That's something. That's Mark Colglazer in the F-150 going up against the Furby BMW M4. About 10 miles an hour separate these two. I think they raced last time. They must be friends. Although, if that BMW doesn't get around Mark, I don't know what kind of friends they're going to be. Took him long enough. That is a BMW, for crying out loud. Don't forget, that's an F-150. You know, you go pick bark dust up in that. 140.2 to 142.3 that time around for the BMW, so Mark's got to be happy with that. Daniel in the Hellcat, Nino in the Corvette. I nicknamed him New Balance Nino earlier. It's a Corvette thing. You laugh, but those things are comfy. I wish I could have some New Balance. I can't afford those. I wear the unbalanced version of those. They're on the clearance rack. Daniel with a 155 and the Hellcat. Nino with a 140.8. Great job there. Definitely getting faster. New Balance Nino. Tim Garrett coming up the Corvette Z06. 156.4 best. Rami Swan Plaid. First Farmer Bank and Trust sponsored. Rami Swan. Of course, Tim Garrett, First Farmer Bank and Trust, and also Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Always great to see those cars out here. John Moore and Zach Moore. No, I don't know about you, but I've just been asking for more. There it is. More of it. Grabbing gears and making tears. And right now those tears are residing in that Z06. Because it looks like Zach and the Camaro just punished John in the Z06. I would not want to be at dinner time with those two. Zach just ripped off a 170.33. John, I don't even know if he's got through the traps yet. Left him that far behind in the Z06. 161.9, so about 9 miles an hour. JP Gonzalez, Glenn Griffiths right there, Indiana Corn Marketing Council Mustang. Been a best at 168.7. Met them yesterday. Great family. Whole family's out here. JP Gonzalez, of course. Got the First Farmers Bank and Trust sponsorship there. That's a great sponsorship. I want that sponsorship. That's amazing. Putting the heat down there. JP's 184.7 best so far to Glenn's 168.7. I think Glenn's doing a bunch of ride-alongs, so JP, I believe, is as well. Saw two people as they went by. Of course, you can only hold 2 people in the Ferrari, but you can hold 4 in the Mustang. Just saying. Look at that big old 7. What is that? Something Rally. Can't read it from here, but that's definitely a Rally 7 something. Jordan Sloan. 162 for JP in the Ferrari. 121. Definitely taking passengers for rides. Jordan Sloan, the M3. Josh and the Mustang. Jordan with a 166.7. Josh and the Mustang 149.1. Got Dustin in the Hayabusa. Brandon in the Corvette. Corvette and bike action. Got a side win all day. I just think about everyone on a bike and the side winds. Weather's been great out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Bike dominated that one, mile an hour coming up. 181.5, Dustin Busa. Not bad. We got Peter in a Model S Plaid coming up. Lucas in the M5 CS. M5's been a 155 and change. Not sure what's going on with the different colors there, if that's a wrap or some of it's unwrapped. It's only on one side, I think. That's a great shot right there. Definitely got the bumblebee look on the Beamer. Looks like my find the gas pedal class is working. $171 for Peter there. Lucas with a 153 in the BMW. Ron Vale, GT350. Christopher Empresetti in the RS3 coming back for some more. Been at 145. $142.9 for the Audi RS3. Good job there. Caleb Swan, ZL1, another, see it right there, another First Farmers Bank and Trust. Seth Moore on the CT4V Blackwing next to him. What a weekend, day 3. Kim coming up, the GT350, Kent Seckler, CBR 1000. Been a best of 176 for Kent. Kim been in 155.1 in that beautiful Mustang right there. Love the wheels, which I believe they are the factory wheels, but hard to tell from my little itty bitty screen. Great shot from the Revolution team, as always. Ka-chow! I'm unsupervised right now, so y'all been warned. Josh Barkley, M8 Comp, BMW 148 best. Silas Huffman, the Corvette, been at 134 and change. You can see the side wind right there on those flags. Indiana Corn Marketing Council flag, First Farmer Bank and Trust flag. Sleepy, sleepy right there in the BMW. Come on, Josh, wake up. There's no sleeping in racing. Bad Barry Malone coming up in that C6 Z06. He ripped off a 165.5 with a little help for some tape. Scott Rogers Z06 next to him. That's that one right there. So a little old against new. Barry with the launch. I think he's got a mile an hour already too. Whoa, he went all, what is he doing? He's all the way over the center stripe. What is going on in the C8 Z06? What was that? Well, that was Barry, my bad. Barry's definitely been having some traction-related stuff going on. Scott Rogers, 145, 162.9 for Barry. Didn't affect his mile an hour that as much as I would have thought. Jeremy Temple in the GOAT, 163.1. That thing's bad fast. Little GTO, Jace Newman Hayabusa, been at 179 next to him. Little GTO, 700 horse, mile an hour coming up. Jace and the Hayabusa made it all the way down. 168 for the Hayabusa. Jeremy, mile an hour coming up. Look, I got the 2 thumbs up. What's that? Oh, of course, that is the Shift Sector Taxi, Indiana Corn Marketing Council. And then that sticker is I found out it is a photo of Mark Bayless. And of course I'm kidding. He told me he put that on there, but he didn't tell me why. Jeremy with a 161.7. Chase 168.10. Bayless been going pretty fast all day in that beast. Brandon Swan, First Farmers Bank and Trust GTR 198. No, it looks like he's out of the power. Way out of the power. He's going on a Sunday drive right now. Not sure if he's actually moving under his own power. He's getting off the track though, so everything's good there. Appreciate that. Love those leathers right there. It's Conrad Kluwen, ZX10R, been at 157.6. Couldn't read his fender, and I just should have looked up and saw that it was actually his name on here. I can see on the registration. Michael Penny in the Busa next to him, 171.1, best so far. Mile an hour for these two coming up. Looks like Michael Penny, 146.6. Conrad with a 153.4. Ooh, there it is. Jonathan Stahl in the 370Z going up against Jonah in the Lexus IS 300 SC with all the tape. Now, Jonathan in the 370Z Special Edition, Limited Edition, Black Series, has went 124.3. There he is there. Jonah in the Lexus and all that tape. It's a cool car. Don't see a lot of those wagons, actually. Jonathan with a 124.6. Jonah $105.7. There you go. Now I got another square body, or the square body. And Kurt Howell, love that. So Shane Temple in the Loretta. Kurt Howell wasting no time at all in that beautiful GTR. That thing is gorgeous to those that have not seen it. Mile an hour coming up for that. Kurt's first pass, 166.3. Shane and Loretta, who's also Sandbag, and should be Sandbag Retta, because he says he's got 350 horse, and that's not the case. Not when you're going 134 miles an hour in a square body, for crying out loud. Up next, I got Julian Bassler, John Furby. All right, looking at this S2000 with its topless. Ryan Scholler Camaro next to him. Patrick Parker S2000, been at 164.77 without his top. Blew the door off at some point. I'm pretty sure when he made that pass, he said, "Too soon, Junior, too soon." I don't even think anybody's listening anymore. I'm just here all by myself, unsupervised. Now it's a party. Oh boy, I heard Jeff in the tower's not there. Oh yeah, hang on to your shorts. Daddy's in control of the live stream. Patrick with a 173.01, do best for him today. Scholler with a 138.8 in the Camaro. We got Peter in the Tesla, Rami in the Tesla, First Farmer Bank and Trust Tesla. Little spaceship action. Kind of had it all this weekend. A little bit of everything. Cody Johnson right there in the Corvette. Atomic orange. Got another orange Corvette over there, C8. This new C8 Corvettes have a pretty good launch control. Totally digging it. It's going to be atomic orange C6 around the outside. $159.4 for the atomic orange Corvette. Alicia in the C8. Don't have that mile an hour up just yet. 141 it looks like. Looks like Todd and all back for some more. Wants another piece of that 200 plus. Michael Rieger, Corvette. Next to him. Rieger's been a 207 to Todd's 202. Could see a 200 mile an hour side-by-side pass right here. Looks like they're going to run them one at a time. Todd's on a good pass. Let's see how spicy that mile an hour is. Rieger just launched his 206.99. He's getting closer to his goal. Great job, Todd. Let's see what Michael Rieger does. Oh, it's going to be close, too. Mile an hour coming up for Rieger. 206.99 Todd. Michael Rieger, yellow Corvette. Mile an hour coming up. I'm just waiting for it to populate. I mean, there it is. 204.92. Got First Farmer Bank and Trust, Indiana Corn Marketing Council cars up here. Tim Garrett, JP Gonzalez in that Ferrari. Gonna sort out a few things here on the getting ready for the finals, and I want to kind of have a little better heads up on how and so on and so on. So I'm gonna radio over and see if I can get some info. That way I can deliver it special just for you at home. So hang tight. I'll let the racing go here, but hang tight. All right, a few things I want to go over. Well, there's a lot of things I want to go over, but it's like Julian taking off in a couple, well, in his Performante, or Perf as we like to call him, Brandon Swan and the GTR there. I didn't know if anybody even knew this is our 9th year doing the Indy Airstrip Attack, which is crazy to me. This year, 65% of the drivers are running ethanol. Now get this, when we started, that number was only 10%. How crazy is that? That's what, that's the effect that Indiana Corn Marketing Council E85 and Unleaded 88 has had at this event and many others. We even have Ohio Corn joining, so that's pretty cool. Of course, Unleaded 88 is clean burning, high octane, lower cost fuel choice for virtually every vehicle on the road today. Find Unleaded 88 near you at incorn.org/ethanol. Of course, Unleaded 88 is engine smart and earth kind. Hang tight here. Got to get all my ducks in a row. I see we got that Lexus back out here. Of course, the American Lung Association supports the use of high-octane, low-carbon biofuel as a clean air choice alternative to petroleum fuel because of biofuel's ability to combat climate change. The choice is easy. Choose biofuel. And then this morning, I, of course, had to, because I was thirsty, I had to stop at Casey's and grab an ice-cold beverage. You should fill up with clean-burning, low-cost unleaded 88 or E85 at your local Casey's near you. There's plenty. There's a Shift Sector Taxi, Indiana Corn Marketing Council, of course, backing it up right there. So don't forget, stop at Casey's. I stop every time I'm in town. Great store. Everyone's friendly. Gotta love it. All right. Looks like we got Kurt Howell. Seth Moore on the other side there in that black wing. Black wing's been at 131.6. Kurt today, 166.3, I believe. Beautiful GTR. He had that, Kurt had that car redone in that Skyline GTR color. It's a flip-flop, and it's gorgeous. 166.7 that time for Kurt. Seth, well, 132.1, new best for him. Great job. Briar Madden Hellcat. Bassler, look at that Hellcat. That thing's mean. Been a 192.9. Got a parachute. It's plum crazy purple, and the driver is plum crazy for sure. Piloting that beast. Oof, look at the meats on the back. It's on a good pass. He let out, though. I don't know if he's got a passenger or what he's doing, but he let way out early. Of course, Julian's STO 152.1, but once again, that car has less than 400 miles on it. Briar Madden Hellcat 141.6. Got that S2000, got all the tape. I'm not sure what's going on there, if he's taped into like a cold air kit, but I have a feeling it's got a lot more spice than that because it's going bad fast. Been a 173.01. Scholler on the other side in the Camaro, been a 144.4. So Patrick Parker just looks like he's blowing his own door off. Because, you know, it's a different color. I don't know. Maybe he's got a carbon fiber door. I didn't even know they did that, but it is an S2000. Anything's possible. 169 won that pass. Scholler with a 140.0. Brian Priest been ripping off 190s. Vengeance Racing in the house. Got it all taped up. Look at that. Even put a sticker over it. Love Vengeance Racing. Always bad, fast GM and a Viper. Toss the chute, good pass, mile an hour coming up. Just waiting for it here to drop in my queue. 194.55, so 194.55 miles an hour. Brian Priest, Vengeance Racing, love that. Daniel Bartram, Z06. Brandon Franklin, Corvette, next to him, 07, been a 156 and change. $149.7, Daniel Brandon with a 152.7 in the 07 Corvette. Maximilian right there, Kent Seckler, Maximilian Seckler, I think they know each other. Both have been fast. So track is cold. We got an airplane coming in, so we're just gonna let you view the pits here, and great view of the strip all the way down. Once again, revolution.com coming in clutch with all this amazing footage. So gonna let this plane land, and then obviously we'll be right back with some more racing and some more finals action. Don't want to miss that. Look at that. Got another bike back. Had a Viper there, Justin Stort's 150.15. Got the Sacklers back. Love those bikes. Let's see, the clouds are kind of moving in. No threat of any rain or anything, but definitely got some clouds. The forecast for this morning was cloudy with a chance of awesome. They weren't talking about the cars. They were talking about this live stream. So just wanted to throw that out there. 165.8 for Max. Kent somewhere in the wind. 143.8. Great view out there. Brought to you, of course, by Unleaded 88, Indiana Corn Marketing Council, and E85. Looks like we might have another plane. I see them checking the runway. Yep, got another one that's taxiing out. Great time to remind everyone that obviously we are on an active airstrip. Can't get more active than this one. It looks like it's going to go down the strip. I don't know if they're taxiing or going to be able to make a... It's kind of interesting. See it right there. Looks funny on the live stream with the camera speed. I'm watching it live and here, and the prop looks a lot different on camera than it does in real time. That's funny. Looks like they're going to turn him off here and then turn him around and let him go. We'll be back here as soon as they get this plane up and in the air. Colton Hodge, mile an hour, 159. Nicholas Duffy. Go 124 and change, looks like there. What do we got here? I think we're going to race just about anything at this point. I love it. Got a Ram truck against a BMW E36 of some type. Looks like it's going to be Advantage Ram truck there. Who's in the Ram truck?
Timing.
Love it. Right in it too, I hope. Got that First Farmer Bank and Trust. Beautiful Ferrari right there. JP Gonzalez. Been a 184. That car is fast. You can see the First Farmer Bank and Trust right there on the side. Appreciate all their support over the years. Without them, we would not be doing this, so there's that. Of course, they're taking rides. Tim Garrett and the Indiana Corn Marketing Council Corvette. We were taking a bunch for rides. Probably still are. Keith Richards Z06 coming up there. Christopher Ampersetti in that RS3. Been at 145.1. Love seeing the Audis out here. Zach Elliott in the Mustang.
Copy that. It's a black Corvette versus...
Got one of our finalists, one of our finals right here. Got Barry Malone. Both these cars get everything all taped up. Of course, that's the Viper right there. I think that's Will. Remember, fastest mile an hour is the winner, not who gets there first. That's going to be a tough one. I can't tell who actually was faster just by visually, so we're going to have to wait for the screen to or everything to populate on my screen. 164.96. This is amazing. Barry Malone with a 164.96 and the Corvette to Will Bartlettson 164.9. Barry Malone win. That was quite the finals right there. Looks like we got a little passenger. Giving passenger rides. You can do that up to 180 miles an hour at shift sector. Got to have helmet, obviously. Don't know if they were waiting or ready for that. Great launch sequence on these. Alicia in the C8. Jace in the Hayabusa. Yeah, that was one of the closest finishes, mile an hour wise, I think we've had in the finals. You know, once again, Will Bartlettson 164.90 in the Viper. Barry Malone 164.96. That's how that went down. Pretty crazy. Got another finals coming up. That was Kurt Howell right there at a 166.67. Looks like we're just having a big party out there in that BMW. That's great. Just got the helmets on, top down. There may not even be a top on that car. I don't even know. That's great. I don't have any information on the BMW, and I don't even care because it's just that cool. So, look at that. There's the Nino. He's been getting faster and faster. Mr. New Balance Nino right there, one of 140.8, sneaking up over there with the Steelies. You can see it right there on your screen. Shane Temple in the Loretta. Now, of course, Shane's been a 146.4. Claims he's got 350 horsepower. I have a tendency to think we should actually just rename that truck Sandbag Retta. Great looking square body though. Mile an hour, both of them coming up. Wow, what a great 3 days of racing out here. 133.7 for Loretta. New Balance just got a new time, 141.9. So Nino, he'll probably never shake that nickname, so I should probably stop. See the First Farmers Bank and Trust flag going right there in front of Briar Mountain's Hellcat. Going up against Furby M4. Briar been at 192.9. He's on a good pass. Must be taking somebody for a ride because he keeps getting out of it. Not sure why, but that's what's happening anyway. Good looking bike. This is the one without any fairing at all. Some would say it's not fair. It's got a little antenna with a camera on the end. Love it. Yeah, to those at home, I know. It's a GoPro on a stick. Going up against Tim in the Camaro. That's Conrad Kluwan. Or Clawin. I'm really butchering his name. I'm just going to stop. out that Indiana Corn Marketing Council in-car camera on that Corvette. Pretty good view right there. Got Vengeance Racing and Kurt Howell there at GTR. Brian Priest, Vengeance Racing Camaro. The thing is spicy. Keeps going faster. Not a surprise with all that Vengeance Racing horsepower. Look at him close the gap on the GTR. That's amazing. What a great shot. Mile an hour, both of them coming up. 195.3, yet another new faster pass for Brian Priest and Vengeance Racing. Kurt Howell, GTR. Always love seeing him come out. And with the 166.9, new best for him, at least today. I know a lot of these cars are going round and round, so I'm kind of chiming in when I see something that maybe new record or new personal best at least. So don't worry, I'm sneaking in the background here. Love this Boss 302. Got to see it most of the weekend. Hadn't seen him today yet. Ran a 141.1. Of course, that's Peter in the Tesla. Ran a 174.4 best so far. Really cool. See a 69 Boss 302 out here just flogging. Love it. Mile an hour for Scott coming up. 139.15. Been consistent too. Peter Tesla 171.04. Got that First Farmers Bank and Trust JP Gonzalez Ferrari F8 Spider. Thing's a ripper at 184.7 best so far. Dustin Spurlock Model X Plaid. Been at 163. Somebody just went by and had great smelling E85, probably from an Indiana corn farmer. It's got low Retta here, Shane Temple, and that square body, just having a great old time. Only square body I hear. Fastest square body I've ever called at 146.4. Seth and the CT4V Blackwing next to him. All right. Looks like we got Chrissy for Cars. That's her Instagram handle. It's one of our OG supermodel grid girls. Camaro's got an in-car camera in it, so those at home probably want to take a look at that. That's Tim Lozier. All the tire fire there. What's that in-car going to look like? There it is. Watching that M5 drive off in the distance. Probably because of all that tire fire, but hey, I bet it felt fun. This red Corvette's got a great in-car view if you want to check it out. Not going to want to miss that. Love the in-car. It's coming up next here. Appreciate all that effort from our Revolution.com team. Doing a fantastic job, as always. Of course, that right there is Mark Rau. That is the fastest man in the half mile in his rental expedition. I believe that's what I saw there. The expedition anyway. But that is definitely Mark Rau, AZ Cycle Parts. Now he's just going to start running the rental car because why not? Say it went about 113 last time. 112.8, I was pretty close. All right, what a great 3 days of racing out here, Marion, Indiana. I hope everybody has as much fun as we all did bringing this to you for 5 years. We've been coming here for, I think, a total of 9, but obviously the live stream is a really big deal. Elena, thank you so much. Indiana Corn Marketing Council, thank you so much. We got E85, Unleaded 88, all the good stuff here getting this live stream out to you. So once again, thank you. Appreciate everyone's help. We got, of course, the broadcast was produced by Revolution and directed by none other than Jeffrey J. Hart. Check him out at jeffreyjhart.com. This is a pretty good broadcast, and that team is wise. So Airstrip Attack is a Revolution and Shift Sector event. Once again, cannot wait to see you at the next Airstrip when we live stream. So we'll talk more about that. You'll see that online. Just want to say thank you once again. I'm Jimmy Shaberg, and I will see you next year for more half-mile airport racing.